everybody, it is Kallaxin here, and welcome back to Migi and Dally reaction and review for the finale, episode 13. And this is usually where I plug the Patreon and tell you guys that you could get early access and exclusive access for full-length reactions versus this shortened YouTube one. But since this is actually our last episode, I mean, I guess that still applies if you would rather see the finale reaction in its entirety. You could go on Patreon, but usually I tell you guys that in anticipation for the next week. But there is no next week because we're done. And I have loved covering this show. I think it's particularly insane for them to release the last episode on Christmas because obviously that is when Mituri died. They planned it so perfectly. And Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy holidays, of course. I'm not recording on Christmas, but it's a couple days after and we're still in the holiday season by the time you see this. But I'm gonna miss this show because it's not only for the insane antics that were in the anime, but the meta plotting that happened outside of the anime. Stuff like this where they literally planned this entire time for our last episode to be on Christmas Day, and I think that that's just crazy. But before we get into it, I do want to go over my theories because I think that one last theory hurrah would be a good idea, so I do have some written down. 1. Migi and Dally also claim credit for the same crimes as Iji, and because they are all biologically triplets, DNA-wise, none of them can be tried. So I'm not entirely sure how this works in terms of reality, alright? I am not a forensic analyst or anything like that, but I have heard this as a sort of thought experiment where basically the premise is there are twins and one of them commits a crime. Are you able to tell the DNA of the twins apart? And maybe there are slight differences in terms of the DNA testing we have now, but this is 1980s, 1990s, I think, was the timeline at the beginning of the show. So with that in mind, would they be able to differentiate the DNA if there is any forensic testing? Or I think fingerprints are unique to people, but I mean like hair and stuff like that. I don't know, like the actual like blood, saliva, stuff like that. Like, would you be able to tell in the 1980s that there's a biological difference? Could they get away with everybody taking credit for the crime and so the prosecution cannot prosecute because all of them are there, all of them have motive? How do you know who to prosecute? Like, it can't just be Iji if the twins also take credit. However, I do think that that's kind of unlikely just because the show has never introduced that as a concept. Like, this show is based in reality, but it's been so surreal so far, and it hasn't really gotten into, I don't know, like the actual, like, criminal minds, like the stuff that crime shows get into in terms of DNA and whatever. This isn't a crime show. It's a mystery, but it's not necessarily a crime show. So I'm not sure about all that. The second theory that I had last week is that Iji actually does get arrested, and there's nothing we can do about it, but we get a time skip, and it's like, oh, he's free 20 years later, and they reunite. Because, okay, even if we get rid of the murders, he still arsoned the house. And I don't know how the law works in Japan, but there are some laws that if you were the victim, you can drop the charges, and I think that's true, at least in, like, the US. Again, I'm not even sure about Canada. For some things, you can drop the charges, but for other things, they don't care. The government doesn't care. They'll still prosecute you for the crime, even if the victim, like, even if in this case, Mr. Ichigo was like, that's my son, drop the charges, it doesn't matter, because they still have the ability to prosecute, because it's not really about your feelings anymore. It's about, like, the crime that was committed, right? And so I think there are certain crimes where you can ask the police to drop the charges, but I don't know if arson would necessarily be one of them. So even if they drop the murders, Iji may be in a little bit of trouble where a time skip could be realistic. Possibly both of these things could even still happen where the murders get dropped, but the arson is still what he's arrested for. So maybe Migi and Dally do go in, and they do also claim responsibility for the murders, and that just confuses the police and the prosecution and whatever, and so they end up dropping all that, but they still get Iji for the arson and everything. Someone made a good point that Iji is taking the fall for his mom because he still loves her. That's the conversation when they were both, like, lying down in the bed while she was dead. So when he was lying beside her and she was already dead, that's what he was saying, that no matter what, he still remembers her as being perfect and being the perfect mom, even though she so clearly wasn't. It's almost like Iji knows that abuse has happened, but I don't think that he can actually accept it. Like, he can't get through like the abuse that his mom enacted upon him, and like the abuser that she was to Mittery and possibly Karen's mom and all of that. He can't rectify that person and also the love that he had, like the, I don't know, innate love that you have for your mother, I guess you could say. So he was struggling with those two things. So I wonder if that's why he originally did it, because he didn't want his mom to be remembered as a murderer, so he took responsibility. And that's pretty fucked up in the first place. But what I'm wondering is, if Karen's adoptive parents go to the police and explain what happened, wouldn't the town just know anyway? And if Migi and Dally explain what happened to Mittery, either to the police or to basically anyone else, like, I guess technically the town still wouldn't know that she murdered Michan, but in terms of the murder of Mittery, if the twins reveal that, then everyone would know, and so Iji's pursuit of trying to clear his mom's name kind of becomes pointless. Maybe that's what he went into it for, this idea that he would clear her name and that he would take responsibility for his mother's actions in her stead. But maybe the boys will actually change his mind, and that's also what this episode could be about. The fact that he changes, like they both change Iji's mind and they actually tell the police the truth about everything that happened, because especially for Karen's mom, who is still alive, people are gonna know, like, oh, it's fine if they know that my mom kidnapped people and forced them to get pregnant with her husband's sperm, but I draw the line. Like, I draw the line at people thinking my mom's a murderer. I feel like the town has to find out, or maybe they won't, I don't know, maybe it'll all be very hush-hush, but the town has to find out that Miss Ichigo, that none of the kids are actually her kids, because the dad is not going to, I'm assuming he won't, I don't know, I'm assuming the dad's not going to keep custody of Karen, or maybe he will, because he is technically their biological father, but I think that at this point, the dad is just so, like, he's just so incompetent that I think that he'll be like, yeah, go live with your mom and your mom's family or something. I don't know, maybe they'll split custody, I'm not sure, but the dad is just so absent, not even physically absent, but just, like, he is just unaware, that I feel like that Karen would be better off with her mom's family, even though she's never met them or anything. I do think we'll have a wrapping everything up section regardless. I think that if Karen does go with her biological family or moves away or what have you, and Iji does get arrested, I do think there will at least be this, we all get together on Christmas. Probably Christmas, right? Because this episode is, again, released on Christmas and possibly also takes place on Christmas, because I saw 3 seconds things are decorated, and so maybe it's this bittersweetness of everybody going their separate ways, but then all getting back together for the holiday when Iji is free from jail. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. I just wanted to get all the theorizing out of the way before we got back into it, so let's just go. Oh, is that Senpai talking? Okay. Yeah, it's no wonder when there was murder! Oh my god. Oh yeah, the Ichigo house in general. Oh no! Iji, please! Why would you do that? What about everyone else? Oh, okay, good. Yeah! Oh yeah, good job, Matsura! But wait, the camera! Oh shit! Yeah, let's go! Oh, Iji, why did you try to... Yeah, let's go! Maybe they just sent him... Oh, see, I was right, it lightened his sentence. Oh, but the arson... No! All that for the arson. Oh, no, and they don't even have cell phones! Oh, Matsura, no! Yeah, what's going on with them? Oh shit! Of course they would drop the intro! Fuck you guys! Okay, oh my god. That was such a... Okay, so I was right. I'm glad that they didn't just arrest him and, like, take his word for it. What the hell? I would have been mad, but I guess the sentence was for the arson. You can't just do arson, I guess. You know, and get away with it, I suppose. And so maybe it won't even be, I was like 25 years later. Maybe it won't be that long. Maybe it'll just be like 5 years. How much can arson really, I don't know, arson of your own property in self-defense of your mother who killed people? I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know how the sentencing works, but I would say that's like 5 years. 5 years for burning down your house in defense. Like, I mean, I guess he wasn't was supposed to burn, but, like, he was in mental distress. I don't know, like, that was, he would not be a repeat offender. He would not burn down the house again. I'll be EG's lawyer. I will get EG out of prison. Oh, and they have custody of both of the dogs. That's kind of hilarious. Oh, see, it is Christmas. That's nice. Wait, they're not still pretending to be two people. There's no, or sorry, one person. There is no way. What? They're seriously still pretending? No one told them. That's crazy. I guess it was, oh, wait. Yeah, it was Miggy at the table and it was Dally that was under it. Oh, you're gonna starve to death. Oh, oh no. I forgot about that. I thought it was just temporary. Oh, get some makeup, bestie. Like, I guess now they can't switch anymore because, oh. Fuck yeah, because now he has the scar. It's so noticeable. Oh no, I didn't think about that. Yeah, don't they ever wonder who Miggy is yelling at in the middle of the night? Like, oh, that's sweet. But no, I don't like this. Please. Oh. Oh. Damn, see? It's like, it reminds me of that Beastars quote about like he walks in the light while I have to stay in the shadows and everything. Oh, I see. So he's just outside. This is crazy. Oh my god. Oh, see, and he's hiding in the thing. That's insane. This is just insane. Like, the antics that they're getting up to now are even more insane than before. What the hell? See, now Hitori's just EG 2.0. Like, what the fuck? Oh, dear me. I mean, it's fine, but it's not really fine. I thought they would really tell the old couple the truth. Oh my god, jeez, that's a little weird. I thought they would really tell the old couple the truth, though, bestie. Like, this is depressing. Senpai! Oh, see, and now he knows! Oh! Oh! They're not, like, perfect twins anymore. That was the whole thing, like, all perfect copies of each other. Yeah, just tell them the goddamn truth! I got enough! Oh? Oh? But it's not! You're two different people! What is this Jesus-y thing in the background? What's going on? Yeah, exactly! You guys are different people! And just because... Oh... Just because you're twins doesn't mean... Yeah! They want to be Miggy and Dally! See, guys? Oh my god! See? Look, he just has to listen to this behind the hedge! Oh... I love when they, like, do the talk through the bushes, like, you know, talk through the closet door stuff, like I'm talking to someone else, but I'm actually talking to you trope. No! I can't believe they've been tricking these old people for so long. Oh, boy. Oh, dear. And the dogs, I guess, just... Oh! Oh! A long rope and a giant hammer for what? Oh, look at the dad has little, like, reindeer. What are they doing? That's so cute. Santa, oh, gives one gift per good child. Oh. You know? Like, you won't be a boy anymore, you'll be a man. I don't know. I'm just... Oh my god. I mean, yeah, but... Bro, does Dally not suffocate? Like, hiding under the covers like that? Oh. Oh? Is he having a dream? It's like... One day, like, Migi's gonna have, like, kids and love and be able to, like, oh, that's interesting. Like, he's just gonna stay the same forever while everyone else grows up, you know? I don't know. And he can't ever have a relationship because no one can know he exists? Oh! See, he does want that stuff now that he doesn't need revenge anymore. He does want that. Oh. Oh. From Santa? There's 2 presents. See, Santa still knows that there's 2 of them. Maybe the old people know. Maybe they're just pretending that they don't know. What if they knew the entire time? That would be crazy. Like, okay. But hold on. Okay. Oh. Oh. And another. Yeah, exactly. So wait a minute. Did they know the whole time? Oh, shit. They knew. Oh. Oh. And they have nothing to say about it. It took them a while to notice. When did they notice? That's crazy. Oh, Dally's like, I don't like that they outsmarted me. Oh, no. Yeah, see? Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I think he's, like, crying out of joy. I don't think he's mad. Like, now they can be honest. Oh. Oh, guys. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll save what I was gonna say till after, but I was gonna ask, I was like, wait a minute, is Santa, like, real in this world? Like how, like, in holiday movies, like, the parents say that Santa's not real, but he's actually real, you know what I mean? Like, that sort of thing. But no, they were just, like, subtly revealing the fact that they knew that there was 2 of them the whole time. And they used Santa to do it, I suppose. Sorry for anyone that still believes in Santa, but I thought it was worth mentioning because I was a little confused at first if this was a, you know. Oh! Oh my god, guys! Like, it's finally happening! Oh my god! Like, when did they know? Like, when did they notice? I need to know. When was it? At Halloween? Oh! He's gonna cry oh, guys, this is so nice. But what about EG? Oh. Come on, Dally. Oh, seeing that she knows. Oh, yeah, see? She's like, we're not dumb. Right! Right, yeah! Oh. Oh, look at it! It's nice to see Dally happy instead of, like, Machiavellian. Oh. Yeah, they have no clue, right? Oh! He needs therapy! No! we'll do post-credit. That was so wholesome. Like, I was surprised that they, I don't know, glossed over some of the police stuff. I expected more police things, I guess, than more family time, if that makes sense. Like, this episode focused more on, like, revealing to Migi and Dali's parents that there were two of them, and, like, how Dali did want to change and did want to come into the light and stuff like that. I didn't really expect that to be the case. I thought that it was going to be more about getting Iji out of jail, but they kind of were like, and here's where everyone is, and then focused back on them, which I guess makes some sense. It's 93 now, so it's been 3 years. Okay, she still looks mostly the same, so it couldn't have been that long. Oh, it's so nice to hear her say their names. Oh, look at these two bird watching together, and they have the same little haircut. That's funny. So are they graduating or like almost graduating then? Oh, they cut their hair. Yeah, see, so Migi's like the more creative one, I guess, was their point, right? Wait, who is that? Matara! Maruta! What the heck? Oh, I love Dali's little ponytail! Yeah, how old are they? Are they in high school or are they in college? Oh my god! They look so much older! I forgot what time the anime said it was. I think they said 1983 at the beginning? But I thought that was when Mittori died, so it's either been 10 years and I'm wrong, or it's been 3 years. This seems like a lot for 3 years, though. Oh my god, it's Michan! Oh, guys, do you remember? OV. Oh! And they just accepted the ghost of Micha is haunting them? I can't believe this! That's insane that they just worked that into the thing that, like... What the fuck? I did not expect that at all. They just went like they did not give a fuck. I cannot believe that's Maruta. I'm going to, like, I'm literally, my head will explode. I am going to die. Like, I just, what? Are you guys okay? Are they nervous because Karen and Iji are coming? Is that why? I love how they cut their hair too, because it's like now they're accepting that they're not identical anymore, like that they're changing, you know? Or that they are different, like embracing individual identities. Oh, it's Iji, Karen, and... Oh my god, they cut his hair off! Oh! Oh, he did not give a fuck! Oh! Shouldn't this be a happy reunion? Oh my god! They are so fucked up for this! I guess this is to relieve the tension. That's what Migi was saying, like, you're the only person that can, like, you know, make things funny. Like save the mood. Oh, see, it's all water under the bridge now! It's all a little tee-hee that you were accidentally dating your brother. Oh, damn. Oh, that's why he didn't want to do it. Oh my god. What? Is something going on with Maruta? Like, is one of them dating Maruta? Or, sorry, not Maruta. Senpai? Because he was like, wear it 3 times a week, and he started to... I don't know, like, are they just bros, or are they actually together? Oh, that's nice. But yeah, I meant Senpai, not Maruta. Maruta's clearly obsessed with Karen, so... But this is so nice! Like, look, like, they're all together! Oh, and Mittori! Oh? Oh, they all went together. Oh. Oh. Is he talking about, wait a minute, is he talking about Mittori or like his actual mom? Like, that's a confusing, I guess what he was saying is, like, you know, my mother's not here, but I don't know if he meant, like, that he wasn't convinced Mitri died and the reality of it really set in seeing her gravestone, or, like, that as much as Mitri was his mother, he didn't know her, so, like, it's about his mother, like, you know, Miss Ichigo, that he wants to meet in the afterlife someday. Oh, they're going off to, yeah, I guess, yeah, they must be going off to university! Oh no! Oh, yeah, it must be then, like, maybe it was 10 years and I got the date wrong. Maybe it was 10 years, because they'd be 14, they were like 12, and now they're 22. I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point. Even if it was 5 years, maybe they're 18, 19. Oh, I love how they all, like, remained friends, you know, all this time, too. Oh, wait, see, Dally's leaving, but Migi's staying. Oh, my God, guys, I'm gonna cry. What the heck? But yeah, it seemed like that they were both leaving, but they're not. But they're different. Their paths will cross. Yeah, their paths will cross again someday. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think university was for him, you know? Oh, that Dally's okay without him? Or that they'll still be together even far away? Yeah. Oh, that was nice, guys. I'm gonna cry. Me-chan! That's insane that their mother's spirit never visits them, but for some reason, oh no, the manga author, I think. Oh shit, that's it! Guys, can you believe it? Oh my God, I can't believe that that's it, bro. Oh my goodness, hold on, I need a minute. I just need a moment. Oh boy. But yeah, I think the manga author, they passed away, so I think that's what it was at the end there, but oh my God, like, I loved the ending. It was a lot brighter, like, a lot more hopeful than I thought it was gonna be. I guess I thought, because my theory sort of focused, I did know that they were going to have all the friends we made along the way type of moment, but it focused a lot more, I guess, on their new lives now than I thought. Like, I did not think that if there was a time skip, they were going to be adults. Like, I didn't expect that college thing at all. That was definitely a surprise. Oh, oh my God, right? Like, I knew that Iji would reunite with them. I thought that would happen for sure. But for some reason, I guess I just thought that they would still all be in high school or something. The fact that Dally is going away off to college and it's this whole thing, like, I just can't believe it. But yeah, like, that was such a good ending. I love the fact that they noticed that the Sonoyamas noticed the entire time, like Migi and Dally's parents noticed, and they just kept it to themselves. Because I thought that was going to be a much bigger reveal, but it was perfect. Like, it was perfect. Like, oh, Santa never makes mistakes. I thought that was so cute, how they revealed that they knew that there were two of them, and it just perfect. Like, it's a perfect Christmas ending. I'm glad that it was hopeful. It ended on a hopeful note. I was always gonna recommend this show, right? But, like, there's some weird stuff in this show. You know, like, some of the stuff that happened earlier was a little weird. But I think that ultimately the creepy stuff that happens, I don't think that it was ever in a way that was meant to fetishize or anything like that, like the baby reprogramming stuff. I think that now that I finished the show, it does seem to be more in a category of something like Get Out or, what is it called? Us? Like the horror movies, I think it's Jordan Peele, right? The horror movies that have sort of uncomfortable situation, but I don't think it was ever supposed to be, like, a sexualized thing, or even the stuff with Sally and everything. I think that, and the ending proves that in a sense, because none of that is really in the ending. Like, they bring up Sally, that Sally was a thing that happened, but it was just a joke, right? Like, it was just a joke now between them that they all knew and can laugh about. Like, it wasn't, you know, weird. It wasn't propositioning EG or anything like that. So I think that even for that stuff that that may, even with that stuff that may turn people off from checking out the show, I think that the ending really solidifies that that stuff was only there to be creepy and absurd and to make you uncomfortable because you should be uncomfortable because of what Miss Ichigo was doing. I may clean this up a little so it's a bit more straight to the point, but basically what I'm saying is that the ending really solidifies that for me because the ending didn't have any of the creepy stuff, I guess, that previous episodes had, because the point is that most of that stuff, if not all of it really, was perpetuated because of Miss Ichigo, and now she's gone, and the boys can live normal lives. So the fact that you can see that contrast in this episode, that there's nothing like what was in the other episodes in terms of that stuff in this finale, I think that you can safely recommend and then chalk that stuff up to, again, trying to showcase Miss Ichigo's behavior. I'm so sad that people slept on this show because I feel like that was just the perfect ending. They did not fumble the ball. I am interested, again, if anybody's read the manga, if the stuff with the police was a bit more drawn out, because it did feel like, and this is what happened, like a montage, because Karen got sent away or something. I wonder if Karen actually got sent away, though, with her biological parents, or if Mr. Ichigo just moved. I wonder if Mr. Ichigo just moved to maybe be closer to where Iji was in prison, or just to get away from the town or something, because he was there, like he brought them both to the house, and so there's not really an indication that Karen's not living with him anymore. So I would have liked to know. That is my only complaint, if you want to call it that. The only beef that I have with this show is I feel like that the father never really, he needed a sentence. Like, the father needed a couple sentences of, I didn't know what my wife was doing, I'm so sorry. I'm a little sad about that, just the idea that there wasn't any closure with the father and what the father was aware of but maybe ignored, such as Miss Ichigo talking in the middle of the night about reprogramming Iji. I wonder if maybe the manga covered that in some capacity, but that's the only thing that I guess I have beef with in terms of stuff that was wrapped up. I thought everything else was wrapped up great, like seeing everyone grow up and where they are now, and this idea that Migi is more creative whereas Dali's more intellectual, and the fact that you can see that now that they dress right because they wore like the same clothes. It's like, you can't be like Steve Jobs. They say that in the first or the second episode, I believe. And so now to see them dress differently and wear their hair differently and have different pursuits, like, it's a very fulfilling ending to see these two characters that were for so long just mirroring each other, or mirrors of each other, copying each other. One's the light and the other's the shadow, as it says in this episode, and then seeing them really flourish into their own different people. I just thought that was really cool, and I like the hairstyles and the way that they differentiated them. Maybe not, I mean, the scar wasn't fully necessary. I guess it was just for the temporary plot line of Dali can't come out anymore in this episode and such, but I think that just in general, the changes to their characters minus the scar were really well done. And I've never really seen that. Like, I've seen twin characters in anime before, but not necessarily that sort of branching off where you can tell that they're still twins, but they choose to present themselves differently. And it was so nice to see them in colorful, different clothes and everything. And even like Senpai grown up, Maruta grown up, Karen and him are obviously together. Iji, I suppose, is out of prison. I wish they kind of touched on what Iji's gonna do as well, but I guess he'll just keep living, and not everything needs to be wrapped up neatly. Some stuff can be a bit open-ended, right? And so I am interested, again, just of things that the manga may have done differently. I do feel like there is some sort of, I don't know, like a relationship between one of them and Senpai. I'm not entirely sure which one. Maybe it's Migi and Senpai just because they spent so much time together, because there was that, oh, you should wear it 3 times a week. I don't know if that was directed at like, oh, Migi, you should wear it 3 times a week for me. I don't know. I don't know if it was necessarily supposed to be like that, but I'd believe it. I would believe that Migi and Senpai got together. I do wonder if maybe people ship them, but I didn't expect so much ending. I didn't expect so much closure. I expected a little closure of here's where everyone is now, but I didn't expect so much emotion and the going off to college and everything. Like, I just feel like that I missed part of them growing up in a sense, but then I saw where they were now, and it's like, oh, that's so nice that now they're in this place instead. and they seem to have healed from their trauma, and Dally has embraced being loved instead of revenge, and they were able to pursue their own interests too, because, you know, I think that Migi was always on board with that. Migi was always on board with, I'm done with revenge, I want to be my own person. It was Dally who wasn't. So I think that's something that they did very well this episode, was how emotional Dally was. The fact that, first of all, their adoptive parents knew at some point the differences and could tell the differences between them, because that reinforced that he's not just Migi's shadow, but he does actually have his own characteristics that shine through regardless of how he's trying to act. I thought that was nice. And just the idea that they accept him and they've accepted him all this time. I feel like he needed that. Like, Dally needed that closure. So yeah, the only thing, again, that I have a little beef with is Iji's dad. That's the only thing I felt like they could have handled a little bit better. I'm glad that everyone got a happy ending. I think it's hilarious, though. Like, there is something to say about the fact that Michan is a ghost for some reason, but Mittori is not a ghost. So why? Like, that's what I sort of wonder. Maybe it's that Mittori's at peace, but she's not at peace, is she? Right? Is she actually at peace? She died, right? And her kids were growing up alone and orphans and stuff. You think if anybody needed a spirit, it would be the Mittori coming to, I don't know. I wonder about that. I wonder if that's an anime-only thing as well, because they wanted Michan to write maybe the in memory for the author. I wonder if that's anime only, this idea that the spirit of Michan is just hanging around, but it's just funny how it's the spirit of Michan and no one else. Like, other people have died and possibly been murdered, I don't know, but other people, right? Mittori was at least murdered and we never see her go. So that's just, obviously, it's supposed to be absurd, right? Because I talked about this last week, but I don't think, even though the show is grounded in reality, there's a lot of absurd things that happen in order to impart a moral or a point. And I feel like that the themes of the show, they were covered really well. I really like how both of the twins, again, came into their own individually. The coming of age in this episode was especially good. Dally imagining that one day Migi is going to grow up. There's like a Peter Pan kind of in the mix as well, that Migi will grow up and then Dally will never be able to grow up and Dally doesn't want to be left behind. I just thought all of that was done so well. The themes of revenge and what it means to be family, because at first they don't actually see Iji as their brother, but then they change their mind, and the found family and acceptance. There were just so many themes, as we used to say in school. The themes were really hitting, and so I think that the characters are, I don't want to call them puppets, because that's not exactly what I mean, but the characters are in of themselves representations of grief and how to get through grief and the other side of grief and trauma. So if somebody asked me what the show was about, I think that that's what I would tell them. It's more about just twins. You could even say, if we want to get all artsy, that each twin is supposed to represent a different side of someone going through trauma, or, you know how they say, like, left brain, right brain? I don't think that's real. I don't really believe in that, but just this idea that when you go through grief or something, you're almost split into two different people, the one that wants to move forward and the one that wants to hold on. And so I think that's interesting. If you view the show through that lens, that it's kind of an inside-out situation where there's three different emotions, if we want to count Iji, right? And the show is just about navigating grief through those emotions, if you want to split Migi, Dally, and Iji into emotions, right? And even the show also had some mythology reference with the shrine and everything, so I wonder if it is supposed to be, again, I talked about this last week, but more of a fairy tale myth situation where, of course, these things aren't real or in real life, but the reason why we tell Little Red Riding Hood is because even though there are these fantastical things like wolves, the whole point of Little Red Riding Hood is that the wolf is an allegory for men. Like, that's actually what Little Red Riding Hood's about. So I feel like that in this case with Migi and Dally, that's how I feel about the show. The feeling to want to move on versus the feeling of staying in the past and in the struggle between that and somebody healing, and just an allegory, a whole metaphor, a metaphor for life. And the fact that, again, they both heal at the end, but they both heal differently and they both have different paths for that healing. Even Iji, I thought that was very interesting. And so, yeah, I hope that made any sense. I talked about this last week, but I never settled on what exactly I want to call this. Right? The only thing I can think of is making it equivalent to a fairy tale. I think that that's where I'm gonna end it, though. I don't have anything else to say. I think that Senpai's sister, though, that's the other thing. Like, other than Mr. Ichigo, Senpai's sister kind of got dropped from the plot. I would have expected her to be around just because we saw her that one time. I guess it was just supposed to, first of all, serve as a distraction in those episodes and also to showcase that Migi's a bit more sensitive. It was Migi, right? Or was it? Yeah, I think it was Migi that was like, women, right? I've been introduced to women, right? But it would have been interesting if she actually was there at the end with them. And I don't want to say that they have a relationship because I don't know if I would have liked the idea that Dali and Senpai's sister or Migi and Senpai's sister had a relationship off screen like that, like far into the future, but she was brought up and then she never came back, so that's the only thing that I felt like I could have used a bit more closure on, especially because Senpai is still their friend, and I feel like that you are friends with your siblings' friends, whether you kind of want to be or not. Like, the fact that they're so close to Migi and Dali, and like the sister, I guess, didn't really know them that well either, so it doesn't matter, but I was thinking about that. It would have been interesting if maybe the sister was also included in the ending here, but otherwise, I do think that it was a very good ending, if not perfect, like a 9.5. I have 0.5 beef, basically, with some of the stuff that the show didn't necessarily cover, but I think that's basically it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for attending Kallaxin's Royal Court, and thank you for supporting Migi and Dali reactions and reviews for the entirety of the season. I hope to see you in something else that I cover, and I will see you next time. Bye!